Hey guys, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm here to bring you another video on how to do some butterflies. Now, I know you may be saying, this is overkill on the butterflies, Carol, knock it off. And I would agree with you in most cases. But this will be part 3 in the butterfly videos, and actually the last butterfly video for a while. So, but since I found these, I thought I better bring them to you. I'm going to go ahead and this way I can offer some more kits that will be similar to the first butterflies that I did a video on that everybody went so crazy for. Those I was unable to get any more butterflies, and so that is what it is. And now what I've done is I found these other butterflies, and this is what we're going to be making today. And as you can see, they're very, very similar to the ones that I did the first video on. However, they are slightly different, and I'll show you in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and get started on these. I'm going to set these two aside. They are so gorgeous. And then this is what, okay, so we have, well, let's see. Well, we're just going to say this is what they look like when you buy them, and I get them in the white, like a fuchsia-ish purple color, a green, and a gold color. So those are the colors that they came in, and these are just basic, you know, sort of paper butterflies. And we're gonna do some stuff to fix that, and we're gonna change them up to go from this to this. So imagine that. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take you into this video. The way that we're going to achieve that goal, here's a white one, and this was a white one. And as you can see, once I changed it up a bit, this one looks very much like the ones that I had bought before that we were doing kits on. So that's what we're going to be doing, and the way that we achieved that, and here's a blue one that I've already done. So the way that we're going to achieve that is we're going to take this butterfly, and I'm using this beautiful napkin that my friend Dee sent me. She sent me actually several different styles of napkins, and I've used actually almost all of them on the other butterflies that I Mod Podged just to see what each one would look like. But they're gorgeous napkins, and most of them I'm saving. I kind of trying to save some to do some altered boxes with, but I thought, you know what, these will work perfectly to make these butterflies. And when I saw these butterflies, I came up with this idea, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's gonna work. So what we're gonna do, this one I've already cut out. Actually, this goes on this side. I've already cut this piece out, and we're going to be Mod Podging that to the butterfly. But first, I want to go ahead and I want to put this one up to also cut out. And they don't have to fit exactly perfectly, you guys. It just needs to sort of fit the space, and you can work with it from there. So this one, I'm just going to kind of put it up next to the center, the butterfly's body here. And I've laid it across, and this is just a little torn piece of napkin. You don't have to worry about cutting it perfectly at first to get it over the butterfly to cut it out. But as you can see, I'm just taking this and I'm cutting along the butterfly. I'm going to start over here on this wing. Just holding it in place and sort of going along that butterfly and getting that napkin cut off of there, the edges. And again, you don't have to do this perfectly because there may be a little bit of hangover after you Mod Podge it on. No big deal. You can actually lay that over the edge and bring it around to the back side if you have that leftover. So that's what we've done. We've got that side all cut out. Let me get rid of these little scrappies. Okay, and now we're just going to Mod Podge that onto I'm at the end of my Mod Podge, this one little tube of Mod Podge, so I'm just trying to use it up right now. Give me a second. I'm just using it in the lid of the Mod Podge container because it's that low that I don't need to protect the lid. Okay, and so we've got that, and I'm going to grab one of my paint brushes. And I like to use my older paint brushes for my Mod Podge. So I'm just going to take the Mod Podge and I'm just going to paint that over the top of that butterfly. That easy. And now these butterflies have little like rhinestones over the top. I'm just going right over the top of those rhinestones because I'm not worried about those. I'm not worried about saving them or anything. And I can paint this napkin over the tops of those. And I'm not even worried about a few wrinkles in this napkin. We're not worried about that. We just want to get it on nicely, get that floral pattern on there, and make it look nice so that we can work on top of it. Okay, so that's how we Mod Podge the napkin over the butterfly. And there are pieces that are hanging over the edge, and all I'm going to do on the back end is I'm going to go over it and I'm just going to cut it off. Not a problem. And then we're just going to lay this one on this side. And then I'm taking and I'm just kind of tucking it in at the body there. Didn't have to do that so much on the other side, but on this side it's a little bit closer, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that in. And I'm just taking a little extra Mod Podge and I'm painting it over the outside of this. Most of the time when I'm doing Mod Podge, I will lay the napkin down on top and then I'll let it sort of dry and then I'll paint over it again. But for purposes of this video, I'm just going ahead and going through the process and showing you how I paint over the outside as well. So all I'm doing here, I can turn this over and show you, there's a little bit hanging over the edge. I'm just going to kind of go around and slice that off of there. No big deal, doesn't have to be perfect, because I can take my brush then and sort of sweep it over the edge and to the back side. And that's not a problem. So I think these will be easy enough that I can actually make up some kits and stick them in my Etsy shop if people are interested in these. I know some people were bummed that they weren't able to get the first butterflies that I did. They weren't able to get any kits because they sold out so quickly. I bought everything the store had as far as the butterflies were concerned. And that was 30 sets of 2 butterflies each. And those 30 sets I made actually four butterflies myself, which I used those to do my original tutorial. And okay, so we're done with the Mod Podge now. So anyway, I had 4 that I had completed myself, so I sold those, and then I sold all of the kits. So it was just insane. I couldn't believe it. So I've been trying to come up with a way to get something that was as close to those as possible, that you guys could still get a kit for and do yourself. I'm going to go throw this brush in water really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So anyway, you can see how we just very easily and quickly were able to Mod Podge that napkin onto the top of that, going over those rhinestones and everything. Let me show you real quick the colors of these butterflies. These are the 4 colors that they came in. So so these are what I will be putting in the kits, and then you will be able to Mod Podge over them. I will also put little pieces of napkin in there to cover each butterfly so that you have everything you need. And I've got a bunch of different kinds of napkins here that I can put into the kits, different styles and stuff that I'll offer in those kits. So anyway, okay, so we've Mod Podged that. This one we're going to put aside because it needs to dry. And now we're going to work with these 2 that I've already Mod Podged the napkins to, and they've already dried. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to get out my triple thick, and this is Deco Art triple thick, and I get this on Amazon. And normally you would see me with the tub, which is what I use a lot of times, but this I was finding was just drying up too quickly on me and it seems thicker, and it was getting thicker faster. So I thought I'm going to try this squeeze bottle for a little while and see if this works out a little bit better for me as far as not getting dried out. And then we're going to be using some of our Flora Craft Diamond Dust. And this is something that I'm probably going to need to purchase some more of for my kits, because I will include some of this and some glitter in the kits so that you have everything you need to make them sparkle and shine just like I got. So anyway, we're going to start embellishing. So the first thing we're going to do, I've got some lace trims. I've got some little flowers here that I'm going to be using. I've got some bling. And I don't know which of these I'm going to use. Some of these are little earrings. And then these are bits that I've cut off of a piece that a friend of mine, Dee, sent me. And I'm running out of this, so I think I'm like down to this little tiny piece of this bling. So I'm not going to have a lot of this. In fact, I don't think I'm going to have any of this for kits because I'm going to be using some of this in some other projects. But I still will have really gorgeous bling that I can add to the kits. So not to worry, they will be awesome. But for these today, I may use those, I may not. And then I'm going to be using some, let's see, I have some purple embellishments here for the purple one. And then we'll figure out the blue one as we go along. I may only just do one of these today, and then what I'll do is I'll picture all of them in the video, depending on how fast we can get through this. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to start working on this piece of applique to put some of this down on top of the butterfly. So we've got that little piece we can put like right there. And then I think I'll take this piece on the other side. Sorry guys if I get off camera. You know, I try so hard not to do that, but it still happens. Okay, we're just going to put those two pieces there, and then we're going to use some of this applique as well. So what you want to do is I've got my Gorilla Hot Glue, making sure the shiny side of the applique is up. I'm going to just add some glue around, just, you know, tiny dots of glue around on that. And I'm going to glue it down. Oh, you guys, I did this wrong. Darn it. I got ahead of myself. We're going to pull that off of there. Sorry about that, you guys. We're just going to set that aside. And we didn't make too big a mess, so we can recover from this. Okay. A tiny bit of glue stuck to that. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down some triple thick, and we're going to put some glitter on this. So before I do that, I do want to move some of this stuff out of the way because I don't want to get glitter all over everything that we're working with here. So we're just going to set those aside. We're going to take some triple thick, and I'm just going to squeeze some out. And the triple thick, once it dries, this will actually help to stiffen the butterfly up as well. So that's a good thing. We want that butterfly to get more stiff. So, sorry, I'm wiping my finger. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this around with my finger because it's the quickest way to do this process and save time on the video. So I'm just gonna move this around with my finger and get it all over the top of this butterfly, making sure it's spread evenly. And I'm not putting an enormous pool of triple thick on here. I'm just putting a nice thin layer. And where I may have pulled that that first applique off, I'm not worried about that, even if there is a little piece of glue sitting there, because if you'll think about it, I'm going to be gluing that applique down in the very same spot that I took the applique off of. So we're okay. Okay, so the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to grab my glitter, and I think we're going to use a little bit of purple, and let's see, I have some other purple here, but I don't know what I did with it, and I don't want to keep rustling through all my stuff. That's okay. We're going to use some purple, and we're going to use a little bit of green. So this is the glitters that I will be including in the kits. Just so that you know, I'll use the same glitters that I'm using on my pieces, so that you guys can achieve the same look as far as the sparkle. And I'm going to just use this little tiny tool that it's actually for clay, but I'm going to use it to gently pick up little bits of glitter to sprinkle around on this butterfly, because I don't want to put too much glitter on at one time. This is the best way I've come up with to kind of control my glitter usage so that I'm not overdoing. Now sometimes I want to overdo because I really like glitter, but this time I'm trying to just keep it at a nice soft look. And what I'm doing with this green is I'm just sprinkling it around where we've got green leaves on this pattern here. So that's what I'm doing right now, just sprinkling a little bit of green on. And that's why I wanted this small tool so that I'm not getting it all over, you know, in other areas where there's not green. I mean, it'll definitely kind of go over in some spots, but not crazy. So this just helps me get a little bit more control over the glitter and keep it looking nice. Okay, so we're done with the green, and now we're going to do some purple. And this container is almost out of purple. I just went yesterday and bought more purple glitter, or more glitter, and for some reason I got green and gold, and I did not purchase any purple. And I think I only have 2 more containers of purple, and the gentleman at the store told me, make sure that you get all that you want now, because once it's gone, we won't be getting any more of that glitter. And this glitter, oh my gosh, the shine that comes off of this glitter is crazy pretty. And so I need to make sure that I take care of getting more glitter, more purple. It's actually more kind of a fuchsia color. And right now I'm just kind of, there we go. That's enough. And then the next thing we're going to put on there is some diamond dust. So first what I'm going to do, actually I meant to put this napkin under the glitter process, but actually now that I've already got it on there, well, we're good. I'm going to do the diamond dust over this napkin here, because the diamond dust is, as you guys know and I've explained before, is broken shards of glass. So I like to make sure that I do have a napkin underneath it when I'm using it, because that way I'm preventing it from going everywhere. I can pick up that napkin. If that's the only thing I've used, I'll dump it back into my diamond dust container. But if I have used it on top of other glitter like I am today, I will not dump this back in my diamond dust container. Don't do that, you guys, because if you do, you will completely contaminate the rest of your diamond dust. And you'll have like bits of other colors in there and it'll look dirty. So don't ever mix your diamond dust. What I do is I do save it, because I've got a container that I keep. Let's see, do I have that nearby? Well, I do have a container that I dump all of my excess glitter into. And so that way it's got like all kinds of different glitters, from diamond dust to colors and all of that. And so I just dump it all into one thing, and then sooner or later I'll have a big container of just a big old bundle of different glitters. And I do allow the diamond dust to go into that because I hate to waste diamond dust. It's expensive as glitters go, and it's just so pretty, and I just hate to take a chance on wasting it. So that's what we have so far. Look at the sparkle on that. I am going to turn it over for a second and just kind of tap it once. Okay. And we have a little piece of napkin that kind of overhung right there, so I'm going to clip that off. There we go. So that's what we have so far, you guys. I'm going to take this napkin and I am going to set it aside. Ah, there's my other glitter container. Here's my mishmash of glitters. So it's just a big long tube full of all different colors of glitter and diamond dust. So okay, so I'm going to try, what I'm trying to do right now, just so that you guys know, I'm trying to get as many videos done as I can. I think I'm going to have next week off, but I am starting a new job. I got hired on with a local hospice, and I'm super excited about it, you guys. They are local to me, so the drive is not going to be too terribly far, and I think most of my time will be spent in the office, which thrills me, because in my past experience with hospice, I had to do a lot of driving around. And I'm sure I will have to do some here, but it sounds like it won't be nearly as much as I did before. So I'm super excited about this. The people that I interviewed with were amazing, and it was the strangest thing. I went in thinking I was going to be nervous about the interviewing process and everything, and do you know that I felt so completely at home when I walked in and started talking to these two ladies that I couldn't believe it. It was like I had known them forever. So anyway, that really got me excited, because now I know that I'm going to be comfortable and I'm going to really enjoy the workplace. So I'm excited about that. So, okay, so now what we're going to do, I know this is wet and soft and all of that, but I took off the clip that was on the back of this. And the reason I did that was because then I can lay this down flat and start embellishing it, and I'm not going to worry about the fact that it's a little bit wet right now. I'm just going to go ahead and work through it. So, being that this one has a lot of purple in it, what I want to do is I want to use, if I can find the space. Now, it may be too big, I'm not sure. I've got some of these great little flowers. These are, I'm cutting these off of a trim that I got from Kiki's sale. And it's so beautiful. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite trims that I get from her store on Facebook. And so I'm very careful with how much I use, because I only have this much left. So I have to be careful with that. But I love it. I'm hoping, I'm actually thinking, you know, I'm wondering if I can take this flower, and I'm going to do something I never do with these flowers, because these flowers are so gorgeous. But I am going to take it apart and look at, even that is gorgeous. So I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to use this smaller piece of this purple rose, and I'm going to be using that as an embellishment. But for the meantime, I'm going to grab these pieces of applique that I put aside, and now we're going to glue this one back on. So this one's going to go right here. And even though this triple thick is still a bit wet, this still has the diamond dust to grip to, and it's going to stick down. So it's not a problem. I can work with this wet or dry. It doesn't matter to me. And so we're going to put this one on the other side. So anyways, I got a job. I'm going to be working in hospice, but I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm going to be working part-time hours. So I decided to take the position regardless of the hours, because I was so taken aback by the people that I met with that I thought, you know, the hours will hopefully change as the agency grows. And so, you know, in the future, I may end up with more hours, but it may actually end up working to my benefit, because I can still continue to work on my YouTube channel and my my Etsy shop. So this is what this looks like now. We're going to start building on that. So anyways, I'm starting a new job. I'm excited about it. I'm not nervous at all. I'm going to be back working in hospice like I did before I quit to take care of my mom. So it's been almost 3 years since I worked in hospice, but I think, you know, I think I'm going to be just fine. I think I'm ready to go back. There's nothing that I've forgotten about it, and if I have, I'm sure I'll pick it right back up fairly quickly. So I'm just excited. Yay me. So anyway, that's what's going on in my life. Not much else. I'm just trying to stay busy and get some stuff done for my Etsy shop. Since it is so close to Christmas, I am getting a lot of Christmas shoppers. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I think I'll, oh boy, I just scraped some of the glitter off of there. Okay, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. And actually, I think I'm going to use, oddly enough, I think I'm going to use the bigger rose on this butterfly, the flat one, and then we'll stick something in the center of it to make it even prettier, but I think that's going to look really nice on this butterfly, so we're going to go with it. And then I'm going to take this white flower and we're going to create another layer over this applique there. And this part really, you guys, is pretty quick. It goes pretty quick, you know, adding your embellishments and things. This is the easy part, really. Unless you have a hard time deciding. Sometimes I do. Deciding which embellishments you want to go where. That can sometimes get to be an issue. So yeah, sometimes it can take a little longer, but I enjoy every part of this process. So for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, crafting is therapy, and it makes me happy. It makes me feel joyful, and I think we all need a bit of that in our lives, a bit more of that, I should say, than a lot of us get on a daily basis. So for me, this brings me joy, and I get super happy when I know someone's buying one of my pieces and they, you know, they send me a message saying, you know, how much they love it or how much the person they gave it to loved it. I love to hear back from people who buy my pieces, especially my finished pieces. And just so that you guys know, if for some reason you decide you want to buy a kit from my store, I would really, really love it if you would send me pictures of your finished items, because that's something that I should have used that in the center of that other flower. Because that's something I enjoy seeing, and what I would like to start doing, and you guys can tell me, you know, if you send me a picture of the items that you've completed, I would very much like to start adding those photos to my YouTube videos. So what I'd like to do is to have a segment at the end of my videos where I showcase other people's work. Because it's, you know, my YouTube channel is not just about my stuff. It's about teaching other people how to do what I do, and also, you know, celebrating the fun that they're having with it. You know, I just, it like I said, it just makes me happy to know that people are enjoying what I'm putting out. So, so if you would do that, that would make me super happy. We need to put, lastly, a piece of bling on the centerpiece, because I always put my bling sort of in the center where the butterfly's body is. And so I think we're going to put that in there like that. And what we're going to do is, this is where we're going to use our E6000, because this is a smooth surface, smooth, cold, hard surface. And if I don't use E6000 on this, the hot glue is not going to hold this in place for long. So we use the hot glue to stick it down now, and we use the E6000 to provide long-term stick, so to speak. So we just want to make sure that we've got, what I'm doing is I'm sort of bending this butterfly up because I don't want to lose that ability to bend the wings. And on this side, with this being here, you have to be careful because you could end up not being able to bend your butterfly's wings. And so the last thing I think I'm going to do with this one is, since I've got that beautiful purple butterfly there, I would like to very quickly just add a dot of diamond dust on that flower, and maybe a couple of these other ones. We'll put some on that one. And I'm just sort of squeezing it out here. Sure is a beautiful Sunday. We're looking at getting some major rain here in California over this next week. Thanksgiving is supposed to be a really bad day as far as weather goes. So we're looking forward to getting probably some much needed rain, but you know, it's just hard on the holidays because you have so many people driving around. You don't want anybody to get in accidents and things like that. So it worries me when there's a lot of people out on the roads. Okay. Thankfully, I have my bucket of water there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab my diamond dust again really quick, and I'm going to just add a little bit to those flowers that I just put triple thick onto. And that way this whole butterfly, oh my goodness, the sparkle is going to be insane on this one. And you don't need to go too crazy with the diamond dust on these flowers. Just a light sprinkling is really all you need, and you're going to get really great sparkle from this. And I think I have pretty much, I need to get underneath here a little bit, get those. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of pat that down with my finger, because I want as much of that diamond dust to stick to these flowers as I can get, because I really want that sparkle to stick to it. Okay, so that's that one. Now I'm not going to add anything else to this at this time, but what I was thinking I would do with these is turn them into ornaments. So what I did was, where is my, I'm sorry guys, let me go grab my twine real quick. Uh-oh, gotta move my light. Okay. I'm going to turn these into ornaments this time around. And actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're not even going to use twine because I've got some clips that I can use. Actually, I have the one from this one because I took a couple of them off of the clips. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little dot of E6000 on that clip. And I turned it upside down. And then we're going to take a little dot of hot glue. And these butterflies will clip right onto the branch of a Christmas tree. So I'm just going to glue that clip onto the back side, press it in, and hold it down so that the hot glue can stick. And this one, I'm just going to take some hot glue and put it around the edge of this as well. Okay, so this one is still kind of wet, so it's not, you know, I could move it around, but then it just kind of wants to go right back where it was because it's still wet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one here that I had taken the clip off of, and I'm going to put a clip back on and sort of show you a little bit better how that's going to work, because that other one was just too wet to really work with. So I'm going to put a little bit of E6000 here on one end, and I'm going to put some hot glue over here, because if you mix the E6000 with the hot glue, you're going to end up with it not wanting to stick down. The hot glue doesn't want to adhere because it's got the wet from the E6000. So I have learned that sometimes you need to be careful about exactly where you place your E6000 versus your hot glue. So there, I've got that clip on there. And with the clips, we've got this one, and this one already has the clip on there. And with the clip, you just do this and it's going to clip right onto your tree branches, and it opens far enough that you can hook that onto a branch. So these are already good as ornaments, clippy ornaments. And so we have those two. We have this one, and I'm going to finish up the blue one that we have here. And I'll also probably do this other one that we have Mod Podged. This one's actually dry now too. So I'll be finishing these two up, and I'll put pictures on of all of them so that you guys can see exactly what they turned out to look like. And again, I will be adding kits for these in my store. So be on the lookout for those. Before I publish this video, I will have the kits in my store and ready to go. So again, it will be 2 butterflies. It will be some lace, pieces of lace appliques, and it's going to be pieces that I've cut out for you, just so that you know, no two are going to be exactly alike. and then a piece or two of bling, and then some of these little flowers to set around. So, and then you'll get some glitter and some diamond dust, and I think you'll have plenty of stuff to make the most beautiful butterflies you've ever seen. So anyway, so if you're interested in a kit, stop on by my Etsy shop and have a look at the kits that I have there. This is what they're going to look like when you're done. And again, just as an FYI, I'm hoping you guys will start sending me pictures of the things that you complete if you do buy kits, and if you're willing for me to post them on my YouTube channel, that would be excellent. If you're okay with me using your name, I'll use your name. If you're not, I won't use your name. So, or I can use a first name, whatever. You just tell me what you want me to do, and that's the way I'll do it. But I do need to get that in writing, you know, if you want me to use your name, so that I don't do anything I shouldn't do, or that somebody doesn't want me to, you know, put information out there. So anyway, but the main thing is I would like to be able to show that people are buying the kits and using them and making beautiful things. I've had one lady so far that bought one of my initial kits that made hers, and they were absolutely stunning. I mean, beautiful. She did an excellent job. And you could tell she put a lot of work into, you know, making them her own and making them look exactly the way she wanted them to look. So I'm super excited about that. So anyway, you all have a great day, and I will be seeing you soon. I'm going to be putting up another video. It actually may come up before this one or after this one. I'm not sure. And please, you have to watch that video. It's going to be, I'll call it the little red purse. And you're not going to believe what I found and what I'm going to do with it. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll be seeing you soon. And be blessed, everybody. Thanks a lot. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so that you can be notified when I put out new videos. And so that we can grow the subscriber base. Also, just so you all know, I will be doing a giveaway at 3,000 subscribers, which we're getting very close to. I've got probably, I think, about 120 more subscribers to get before we're there. So that's not very many. When I get close like that, usually a whole bunch of people start signing on at one time. So hopefully we'll get those 3,000 subscribers soon, and I'll be able to do that giveaway. What I'll do is I'll do a tutorial on something, probably, and I will give that item away as my my giveaway item. So usually you'll know in advance what I'm going to be giving, and it's always something good. You guys, I try very hard to make sure that I give good giveaways on my channel. So stay tuned for that. You'll be seeing more about that as I go along. But anyway, have a great and blessed day, and we'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.